Hello, and welcome back to Joanne's English Academy. I'm truly happy you're here today. If you've been following our lessons, welcome back. Thank you for choosing to learn with me again. And if today is your very first time here, I want to give you a very warm welcome. Joanne's English Academy is a place where adults from around the world come to improve their English in a simple, practical, and enjoyable way. Our goal isn't just to teach you English. Our goal is to help you speak English with confidence in real-life situations. If that sounds like something you want, then you're in the right place. Before we begin today's lesson, take a moment to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss any of our future English lessons. Every lesson is carefully designed to help you become a more confident English speaker, one step at a time. Now, let's begin. I'd like you to imagine something. You're at work, or maybe you're in a supermarket. Someone walks up to you and asks a simple question in English. How are you today? You understand the question immediately. You know exactly what you want to say. But then something happens. Instead of answering, your brain starts working overtime. You think about the answer in your native language. Then you begin translating it into English. You search for the right words. You wonder if your grammar is correct. You worry about making a mistake. A few seconds pass. The other person is still waiting. You become nervous. And suddenly, you forget the sentence you wanted to say. Does that sound familiar? If it does, please know that you are not alone. This happens to millions of English learners every single day. And here's the good news. It doesn't happen because you're not intelligent. It doesn't happen because you're bad at English. It happens because your brain has developed a habit, the habit of translating every thought before speaking. Today's lesson is going to help you break that habit. By the end of this lesson, you'll understand why translating slows you down. You'll learn how fluent English speakers think differently. You'll build useful, everyday vocabulary. You'll learn natural expressions that native speakers use every day. You'll listen to real conversations. And most importantly, you'll begin training your brain to think directly in English. Remember something before we continue. Please don't put pressure on yourself to speak perfect English. Perfection is not our goal. Communication is. Every fluent English speaker was once a beginner. Every confident speaker made mistakes. The people who become fluent are not the people who never make mistakes. They are the people who never stop practicing. So relax. Take your time. Enjoy today's lesson. Let's learn together. Let's begin with a simple question. Why do we translate in the first place? The answer is actually very simple. When we first start learning English, our brain doesn't know enough English words to think naturally. So it depends on the language we already know. Your brain hears an English sentence. It changes that sentence into your native language. It understands the meaning. Then, when you want to answer, it changes your thoughts back into English. Imagine doing that for every single sentence during a conversation. It's exhausting. And it's slow. Now imagine you're talking to a friend. They ask you a question. While you're translating your answer, they've already asked the next question. That's why many English learners feel that native speakers talk too fast. Most of the time, the problem isn't the speed. The problem is the translation process. Fluent speakers don't usually translate. When they hear the word coffee, they don't think about another language first. They immediately picture a cup of coffee. When they hear the word rain, they imagine rain falling from the sky. Their brain connects English directly to pictures, ideas, feelings, and experiences. And that's exactly what we're going to start doing today. Let's try a simple exercise. Don't translate anything. Just listen. Beach. What did you imagine? Did you see the ocean, the sand, the waves? Wonderful. Now listen again. Baby, hospital, teacher, pizza, mountain, music, friend. Notice what happened. You probably didn't translate every word. You simply imagined them. That is exactly how fluent speakers process language. Instead of connecting English words to another language, they connect English words directly to meaning. This is one of the biggest secrets to speaking naturally. From today, I want you to practice seeing pictures instead of searching for translations. At first, it may feel strange. That's perfectly normal. Every new habit feels strange in the beginning, but with practice, your brain becomes faster. And one day, you'll notice something amazing. You'll answer simple questions in English without translating first. That is the moment when your confidence begins to grow. Now, let's build your everyday vocabulary. These are words you'll hear often in conversations. Our first word is habit. A habit is something you do regularly. Example: reading every night is a good habit. Our second word is confident. A confident person believes in themselves. Example: she feels confident when speaking English. The third word is improve. To improve means to become better. Example: I want to improve my English every day. The fourth word is practice. Practice means repeating something until you become better at it. Example: the more you practice, the easier speaking English becomes. Our fifth word is comfortable. Comfortable means relaxed and at ease. Example: I feel comfortable speaking English with my classmates. The sixth word is mistake. Everyone makes mistakes while learning. Mistakes are part of progress. Example: don't be afraid of making mistakes. Our seventh word is progress. Progress means moving forward little by little. Example: every lesson helps you make progress. Our eighth word is patient. Patient means staying calm while waiting for improvement. Example: be patient with yourself. Learning takes time. Our ninth word is fluent. Fluent means speaking naturally and confidently. It does not mean speaking perfect English. Finally, our 10th word is journey. Learning English is a journey. Every lesson is another step forward. Now listen to these sentences. My journey to fluency begins with daily practice. I'm becoming more confident every week. I'm not afraid of making mistakes because mistakes help me improve. I'll be patient with myself because progress takes time. Listen to those sentences again later today. Repeat them out loud. The more often you hear them, the more natural they will become. Now that you understand why translating slows you down, let's focus on what you should do instead. The goal is not to stop translating overnight. The goal is to slowly teach your brain to think directly in English. This takes practice, but it is absolutely possible. Think about how children learn their first language. No one gives them a dictionary. No one asks them to translate. They learn by listening. They learn by observing. They learn by connecting words to actions, objects, and experiences. As adults, we can use the same principle. Instead of asking yourself, what does this word mean in my language? Ask yourself, what picture comes to my mind when I hear this word? That small change can make a huge difference. For example, when you hear the word airport, don't think about translating it. Picture yourself walking through an airport with your suitcase. When you hear the word restaurant, imagine sitting at a table, looking at a menu, and ordering your favorite meal. When you hear morning, picture yourself waking up, opening the curtains, and seeing the sun. Your brain remembers experiences much better than translations. That is why learning with pictures and situations helps you speak more naturally. Let's continue building your vocabulary with words that adults use every day. The first word is schedule. A schedule is your plan for the day or the week. Example: my work schedule is very busy this week. The next word is appointment. An appointment is a planned meeting with someone, such as a doctor, a customer, or a colleague. Example: I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow morning. Our next word is available. If you are available, you are free to do something. Example: are you available this evening? Next is traffic. Traffic refers to the cars and vehicles on the road. Example: there was a lot of traffic this morning. The next word is neighborhood. A neighborhood is the area where you live. Example: I really enjoy living in this neighborhood. Another useful word is recommend. To recommend means to suggest something because you think it is good. Example: can you recommend a good restaurant? Next is experience. Experience means the knowledge you gain by doing something over time. Example: she has many years of teaching experience. Our next word is opportunity. An opportunity is a chance to do something important or beneficial. Example: learning English gives you more opportunities. The next word is solution. A solution is the answer to a problem. Example: we found a solution to the problem. Finally, let's learn the word achieve. To achieve means to successfully reach a goal. Example: you can achieve your English goals with consistent practice. Notice that these are not difficult words. They are practical words that appear in everyday conversations, workplaces, interviews, and daily life. Let's look at some natural expressions that English speakers use every day. The first expression is, "That sounds like a good idea." You can use this when someone makes a suggestion. For example, let's study together this weekend. That sounds like a good idea. Another common expression is, I'm looking forward to it. People use this when they are excited about something in the future. For example, I'm looking forward to our next English lesson. Another useful expression is, take your time. This simply means there is no need to hurry. If someone is searching for the right words, you can kindly say, take your time. Another expression you will hear often is, it depends. Native speakers use this when there isn't one simple answer. For example, do you like working from home? It depends. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I prefer the office. One more expression is, no worries. This is a friendly way of saying, it's okay. If someone apologizes for being a little late, you can simply smile and say, no worries. These expressions make your English sound more natural because they are used in real conversations every day. Now, let's see how these words and expressions work together. Imagine you've just started a new job. It's your first day, and you're meeting one of your colleagues. Sarah walks over with a smile. Hi, I don't think we've met before. I'm Sarah. You smile and reply, Hi, Sarah. It's nice to meet you. My name is Daniel. Sarah says, Welcome to the team. How are you finding your first day? You answer, It's going well so far. Everyone has been very friendly. Sarah asks, Have you worked in this industry before? You reply, Yes, I have a few years of experience, but every company is different, so I'm still learning. Sarah smiles. I'm sure you'll do well. If you need any help, just let me know. You answer, Thank you. I really appreciate that. Sarah continues, A few of us usually have lunch together. Would you like to join us? You reply, That sounds like a good idea. I'd love to. Sarah says, Great. We'll leave at 12:30. You smile. I am looking forward to it. Notice something about this conversation. No one used difficult vocabulary. No one tried to impress anyone. The conversation was simple, natural, friendly. That is exactly how most daily conversations happen. One mistake many English learners make is trying to create perfect sentences before they speak. This often leads to long pauses and unnecessary stress. Instead, focus on expressing your ideas clearly. For example, instead of searching for a complicated sentence, you could simply say, "I don't understand." "Could you explain that again?" "I'm still learning." "That's interesting." "I agree." These short sentences are used by fluent speakers every day. Remember, speaking naturally is much more important than speaking perfectly. When you remove the pressure of being perfect, speaking becomes much easier. And that's when your confidence begins to grow. We've covered a lot in today's lesson. You now understand why translating every thought into your native language slows you down. You've learned useful vocabulary, everyday expressions, and you've seen how English is used in natural conversations. Now, let's talk about one more habit that will help you become a more confident English speaker. Build your English. Every day. Many learners believe they need to study for 2 or 3 hours every day before they can improve. The truth is, consistency is much more important than the amount of time you study. Even 10 or 15 minutes of focused practice every day can make a big difference. Think of learning English like going to the gym. You don't become stronger after one workout. You become stronger by showing up regularly. Learning a language works the same way. Every conversation you have, every video you watch, every book you read, every new word you learn, all of these small steps work together. Over time, they build your confidence and improve your fluency. The important thing is not to stop. Let's look at a few common mistakes many English learners make. The first mistake is trying to translate every sentence. As we've learned today, translation can be helpful in the beginning, but depending on it all the time will slow you down. Instead, focus on understanding the meaning of words and expressions in English. The second mistake is being afraid of making errors. Many learners stay quiet because they don't want to say something incorrectly. But mistakes are one of the best teachers. Every mistake shows you something new. Instead of feeling embarrassed, see each mistake as another opportunity to improve. The third mistake is learning new words without using them. It's easy to write vocabulary in a notebook. The real challenge is using those words in conversations. When you learn a new word, try to make your own sentence with it. Use it when talking to a friend. Write it in your journal. The more you use it, the easier it becomes to remember. Finally, don't compare yourself with other English learners. Everyone learns at a different pace. Some people improve quickly. Others need a little more time. The only comparison that matters is between the person you were yesterday and the person you are today. If you know more English today than you knew last month, you're making progress. And that's something to celebrate. Let's finish with one more conversation. Imagine you're meeting a friend at a cafe after work. Emma arrives first. A few minutes later, James walks in. Emma smiles and says, "Hi, James. It's so good to see you." James replies, "It's great to see you too. I'm sorry I'm a little late." Emma smiles. "No worries. I just got here a few minutes ago." James sits down and says, "How has your week been?" Emma answers, "It's been busy, but really productive. I've been working on a new project." James says, "That sounds interesting. Tell me more about it." Emma explains, "It's a project that helps people improve their communication skills." James smiles. "I think that's a wonderful idea." The waiter walks over. "Good afternoon. Are you ready to order?" Emma says, "Yes, I'd like a grilled chicken sandwich and a cup of tea, please." James says, "I'll have a cheeseburger and a bottle of water." The waiter smiles. "Perfect. Your order will be ready shortly." After the waiter leaves, James asks, "So, what are your plans for the weekend?" Emma replies, "I am planning to visit my parents and spend some time reading. How about you?" James answers, "I am thinking about going hiking if the weather is nice." Emma smiles, "I hope you have a great time." James replies, "Thank you. I hope you enjoy your weekend too." This conversation is natural, the vocabulary is simple, the grammar is clear, and yet it's exactly the kind of English you'll hear every day. That's why learning practical English is so important. Before we finish, let's quickly review what we've learned today. We learned that translating every thought into your native language slows down your speaking. Instead of translating, begin connecting English words directly to pictures, ideas, and experiences. We learned 10 useful vocabulary words that you can use in daily conversations. We explored common expressions that native speakers use every day. We practiced real-life conversations that showed how simple English can be natural and effective. And finally, we talked about the importance of practicing a little every day. Remember, fluency doesn't happen in 1 week. It doesn't happen in 1 month. It happens through consistent practice over time. So be patient with yourself. Celebrate every new word you learn. Celebrate every conversation you have. Celebrate every small improvement, because every step you take brings you closer to your goal. Before our next lesson, I'd like you to complete a simple challenge. Choose 10 everyday objects in your home. Name each object in English. Then make 1 simple sentence about each one. Next, spend 5 minutes talking about your day in English. Don't translate. Simply express your ideas using the English you already know. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope this lesson has helped you understand that speaking English isn't about being perfect. It's about communicating with confidence. If you enjoyed today's lesson, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Joanne's English Academy. Every week, we'll continue building your English step by step with practical lessons, useful vocabulary, real conversations, and techniques that you can use in everyday life. Until our next lesson, keep learning, keep practicing, and most importantly, keep believing in yourself. Remember, you don't need perfect English to start speaking. You just need the confidence to begin. I'll see you in the next lesson.